So we're starting summer school.
Just want better for y'all.
I don't think enough people are saying this shit.
These are just our ideas.
Maybe we should all be a little bit more self-aware and a little bit less delusional.
What do we know?
What the fuck could we possibly know?
Hey, look, get your shit together.
All right, and welcome back to The Reason They Should Have Never Gave You Niggas Microphones. I'm Lolo.
I'm Big Shot Shay.
And I'm Jaylyn.
And this is Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. Woo! Welcome to summer school. We made it. I didn't think I was going to make it. I, in particular, was having a rough time. But here we are. The sun is shining. Nothing's ever gone wrong. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
The sun was not shining today, though.
Okay, but they don't know
Well,
that.
kind of. It came out at the end, but
They would have never known. I put our curtain up. They would have had no idea.
It's cute.
It's literally, you can't see it on camera, but it's up so that when we have two guests at one time and we have to back the camera up, they won't be looking in my house.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Yeah.
Tell the people a bit about yourself, Jaylyn.
My name is Jaylyn. I'm a teacher. And yeah, I'm pretty chill, pretty simple.
Chill and simple.
And funny.
So what's your sign?
I am a Virgo, of course.
Ooh. I think we should start having people tell their signs like this whole season, just like everybody who comes on the show.
Yeah.
I
There's
feel
be a lot of Virgos, I feel like.
You think so? I'm trying to think. Who we got in store? And if I know their signs.
No, I'm just guessing.
I think so. Y'all gravitate towards each other
Yeah.
all the time. Well, the sun is allegedly shining. It's summer school. And I have honorable mention. Do y'all have any guesses?
No.
It's T.S. Madison for this.
Egregious things about, not about kids. I don't give a fuck about kids.
Oh,
About
wait.
people that drive Kias. I want to take this moment to say to the people that drive Kias or Kia Sorentas, Kia is
Now, well, I could play it again, but T.S. Madison goes on to apologize because she basically said anybody who drives a Kia has a shitty credit score
Yeah.
and slandered the Kia drivers. And I'm a Kia boy. And I just want to say, T.S. Madison, your honorable mention because I accept your apology.
That's crazy.
But please do not let it happen again.
Kid got some heat now.
Kia's got a lot of heat. Kia's got a lot of problems, but, you know, I'm going to stick beside him.
Oh, they still do? I thought that maybe they got better.
No, they tricked the public briefly. And in that amount of time, they managed to get me. So,
Yeah. Sad face.
thank you to T.S. Madison for clearing that up. I was hurt, broke down, stressed, and depressed behind that.
She should have said Nissan Altimas. For sure.
I really wish you would not have said that on the air because do you know how many Nissan Altima drivers are going to smash our windows and slash our tires probably?
They'll be okay. They used to people talking about them.
It's bad enough they
They
got
should
the
be.
sorority plates and the glitter steering wheel while their nigga drive the car up and down the highway
Right.
while they're at work.
With that one dent in the back right.
Then they get off work, they stressed, they in their scrubs, he late. You know?
Yeah.
The speaker's booming now. Can't beat the speakers in the Altima.
Yeah.
Hear 'em flying down the high. It's Nissan Altima season though.
Yeah, it is. That's why you got to watch out for them.
They also don't be having AC, so they be flying up and down
all the
the road.
windows down.
Now that I think about it, these are truly dangerous times. Whatever.
Steer clear.
Back up. And don't let your nigga be driving your car. Fucking Skilla baby.
I'm weak.
Through the fucking roof. Just
Still,
loud as
baby, it's
hell.
crazy.
Is he okay?
I think he's okay.
Okay.
He didn't die, so.
Who almost died then?
I don't know. Recently?
Yeah. Must have been a lie. Nah, somebody almost died. Or did I assume he almost died?
I mean, I don't think he almost died. He was grazed in the head.
I know it's not Tory Lanez because I don't care about that. But somebody else, I think, almost died.
I don't know.
If you're a rapper and you almost died, please reach out to us via email. Let us know. Don't send no pictures, though. We good.
Oh, wait.
Unless you want to. Then Big Shot Shay will read the email first. Tell me if I'm too queasy for it. And then if I'm not, I'll take a look.
Yeah, I was about to say, we really don't need to see the pictures.
I don't know. That nigga who sent us the picture of the neck brace, we needed that as the confirmation.
For proof, yeah. I wonder how he's doing.
Maybe we should. Nobody's emailed us for advice since then.
Probably because we gave horrible advice.
I was just going to say, you think we gave bad advice? There was a guy, a girl broke his neck and he wanted to ask her on a date.
What?
She broke his neck.
Why would she do that?
What kind of taekwondo?
Like yeah.
Oh, it was an accident.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
We thought he was lying. But he was in a neck brace. He sent the follow-up email. He was a white guy.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Shout out Daniel. Have you ever taken taekwondo?
Mm-mm.
You think you could break somebody's neck?
If I had to, I would.
Okay, so
I
if
feel
you're
like the neck is probably really sensitive. It's probably not that hard to break it.
Because you can just twist it.
if it was easy to break, I think I would have broke my neck by now.
I don't think so.
I have no spatial awareness. Like, you know how people move out of the way of the door frame? I just kind of like, ow.
Oh,
When I'm in the office, they just hear, ow, ow, ow. And they know I'm fine. And just.
I think it takes a little more, like, pressure or, like, force. But I also don't think it's, like, that hard to break a neck.
It has to be because Miguel didn't break that one girl's neck.
She got lucky. She was blessed. Well, God wanted her here for a reason.
You think it would be easy to break a neck?
If you just twist it, snap it.
I don't think that's like a light tap. I think you really got to give it all you've got.
Yeah.
If your neck is broken, is it the bone in your neck or is it like you just tore all the ligaments?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I seen somebody, he was like a pop singer, his sister, he's Australian. Oh my God, what is that boy's name? Cody Simpson. He had a sister, Allie Simpson. She dived in the pool, broke her neck.
Some people die from, like, breaking their neck. Mm-hmm. I feel like.
Some people don't. Remember when Jason Derulo?
A lot of people don't either, so I don't know. I think my cousin broke his neck before. I was, like, super young, so I don't really remember the details. I think it was a car accident.
I think if anybody breaks their neck, it's going to be somebody's cousin. Like, everybody got a cousin that, like, broke their neck or did something crazy. I'm glad he's okay, though. Jason Derulo broke his neck, too. Because Jordan Sparks released that song that was like, remember when you broke your neck? And I was there for you. Whatever. Anyways, who's Hotep of the week? And is their neck in one piece?
Their neck is in one piece.
Unfortunately.
Their employees, however, I don't know.
They broke their employer's neck?
No, Chic-Fil-A is the employer.
They broke somebody's neck?
No, what? They are having their employees standing outside taking orders in fucked up ass weather, like rain, sleet, snow, hail, any of that. And so I was just like, you know what? Because at first, I never thought this was a problem before, but when you got somebody standing outside in the rain, it's pouring down, like people can get sick like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's kind of fucked up. Like, when I think about it, like, it's not too many places that like have their employees outside taking orders. And I'm like, they used to have like a regular drive-thru where you would drive to, take your order, and I guess it's because like maybe they trying to cut down on the time. But someone pointed out that they're really not that much faster. I mean,
They fast as fuck.
Chick-Fil-A?
Even without the people outside.
I don't know. I feel like it's just as like I feel like the only time they're faster is if they have more than one lane. But
Compared to other fast foods, like a line wrapped around a Rally's and a line wrapped around a Chick-Fil-A,
I mean, I get it.
there
but,
could be nobody at a Rally's, and you still sitting there.
Yeah, but that's just because Riley's suck.
One time they sent me a box of chicken bites, and they was all burnt to a crisp. Like I couldn't eat one.
See, that's why you gotta stop ordering mobile.
I'm never gonna stop.
But yeah, I just feel like, bro, like let them people inside.
Yeah, do they get hazard pay?
I doubt it.
They should put them all in the kitchen and everybody, nuggets, fries, sauce.
My thing is, if you
and
want to
then-
be more efficient, I feel like, okay, make everybody place mobile orders. Make drive-through mobile order only, because then you can still have multiple lanes and then people can get you your name or whatever. But like, I just feel like just having your employees stand outside in any kind of weather is like inhumane a little bit.
Oh, it's for sure inhumane, but Chick-fil-A is not known for their humanity.
Right. That's why I want to stop eating there for real.
Every
the fries
time June get close, everybody packing up the Chick-fil-A and they're done with it. People been done with Chick-fil-A since I can at least remember 2017.
Yeah, but they need to be done for good, for real.
And everybody I know who been done has been gay.
Chick-fil-A cup. I'm weak.
That's what I'm just looking like. I had Chick-fil-A before I came.
Chick-fil-A, like, it's good when it's good, but like I feel like the fries are different now. The fries not as good as they used to be. Like,
You
it's
used to
just
think the
something.
fries was good? I never liked the fries.
Yes, I used to love their fries. I still like them, but I don't like love them anymore. Like, I don't know if it's just me or if they changed their vendor from like who they get the potatoes from or what, but it's something a little different about them.
When Wendy's pulled that shit, I never went back. I don't think I ate at a Wendy's since them motherfuckers was yellow.
I had Wendy's earlier.
Sea salt.
And I like-
What is this?
I am one of the few people who like the sea salt fries. They are great when they're fresh. But that's any fries, I feel like. Most fries are good when they're fresh.
I think they just tricked you with the spicy nuggets.
No, because I don't even like their spicy nuggets no more. I've been stopped liking them.
How long have you been a Wendy's fan?
I mean, I've never not ate Wendy's.
Really? I feel like I ate Wendy's a lot as a kid.
Yeah, I've never not ate Wendy's, like, but today was my first time having it in a while. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the spicy nuggets no more. I don't even order them no more because it just tastes like rubber.
Your nuggets?
The spicy nuggets.
They're pretty good.
I
You
feel
eat the
like
spicy nuggets too?
They just used
Yeah,
to be
I
good.
like spicy
I
food.
love nuggets.
I can tell when like places change shit. Like the spicy nuggets is not what they used to be. Like when they first came out, they were so fucking good, and then they took them away, and then they brought them back, and it was good then when they brought them back the second time. But then the third time, I was like, yeah, no, this is like ankle meat or something. I don't know.
Of a chicken?
Yeah, chicken ankles or something. I don't know, but the shit is not good. The seasoning is good, but the nugget itself,
It's only funny because chickens only have thighs.
they have feet.
They don't have
But it's-
ankles.
There's
But
no
they-
meat on their ankles.
There's no meat on their feet, really. But people eat them. You can go find them in the store, chicken feet.
Have you ever had one?
Mm-hmm.
Are they good? People like them.
From what I remember, my grandma used to make, like my grandma, she was like older and she used to be a cook. So growing up, I had some of everything. Like I used to eat chitlins and pig brains and eggs and just some crazy stuff. But I haven't had none of that as an adult.
That is shocking.
Yeah, like pig feet, all that. I used to eat crazy shit. But yeah, I wouldn't cook it myself these days. And I don't know anybody who cooks like that now still. Like I might have to go to Mississippi for
I was
something
just
like
going to
that.
say, yeah, we got to go
Yeah.
down south. For real. And I don't want to
But
go
yeah.
down there and insult them people. They're going to be mad at me. Like, she ain't ate in 6 days.
No, for real. But I feel like it's some good food in Mississippi. Like, I never been there, but something telling me I would eat great. I feel like that.
Yeah. Not for sure.
I feel like anywhere down south has good food.
You think so? I feel like Georgia's slipping. I feel like Georgia pump faking. Too much Escobar going on. Too much hookah. Not enough aunties in the kitchen.
I think that's specifically Atlanta. They fucked it up. But I feel like if you go outside the city, like, you probably can find good food. For sure.
You think so?
Yeah, for the most part.
Like Macon? Is
Wherever
Macon
that
in
is.
Georgia?
Yeah, it's in Georgia.
I don't know what part of Georgia got the white people.
I'm trying to think, what part did we go to last time when we went down there?
We went to Lawrenceville.
They had some good Caribbean food.
That food was good. I remember that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go investigate. Like Keith Lee.
He sucks.
Yeah, he does.
Whoa, Rotten. What?
His taste buds suck.
How
Not
do
him
you
as
know?
a person. Because the stuff he be reviewing and the stuff he be ordering, it be so like, I mean, I don't know. I don't be liking the stuff he be trying. Like, it be so, like, to me, basic. But that's because I like trying, like, really different foods and flavorful foods. And, like, I'm not scared to, like, order something, like, I don't consider it crazy, but he might, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
you
he's
misses
gonna order,
fine
like,
dining.
he's gonna order chicken tenders and fries, and I'm gonna order, like, something else.
The slander of chicken tenders and fries was unnecessary, but I mean, like, let's not stunt on an American classic.
I mean, for sure, I get it. Like, you know, on a date, like regular day after work, you know, you want some chicken tenders, like, cool. But if you're doing, like, you're going on food tours, like, you gotta give us something else. Like, you know, you gotta make people want to go there.
Okay, before we get to lyrics and lessons, if people said, like, bring your signature dish, what are y'all bringing?
Rotel dip.
Oh, yeah, you bring it.
To make?
Yeah, you got to bring your best guns. We having a potluck or whatever. And you can't bring
You
plates,
know I
cups, or
don't-
Hawaiian rolls.
You know I don't cook.
You went through a cooking phase where you were chefing a couple of
I was
things
chefing.
here.
I was. My favorite thing to make when I was cooking was either, like, honey glazed chicken or salmon.
Oh, just a little honey glazed chicken. You know I don't cook.
Yeah, but I haven't. But it's been so long since I cooked.
I think I would bring.
Meatballs.
I was purposely not saying meatballs. Y'all just want me to make
Curry shrimp.
meatballs. I haven't made curry shrimp in years.
See, you probably. I probably haven't cooked since the last time you made curry shrimp.
It's too many steps.
Yeah.
I'd probably bring the crab cake egg rolls.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably bring those.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Well, next we have lyrics and lessons where we give a lyric and you get a lesson. Jaylyn, what is your lyric?
Okay, so the song is...
Is it Rod Wave?
No,
I
I
wanted
picked
to
somebody
guess.
different.
Good.
I'm weak.
So it's Amen by Meek Mill.
Okay.
So I like listen to this song like anytime I just want to like get motivated.
Yeah.
So it says, I just want to thank God for all the pretty women he let in my life, all the Benjamins he let me count, wealth and health for my family, and letting me ball on these niggas. Ha.
And what's the lesson?
So like if you really think about it, he's like saying a prayer to God. But the main focus that I'm focusing on is and letting me ball on these niggas. Like he's thanking God
Yeah.
for letting me ball on these niggas.
Yeah.
And if you really think about it, that's a blessing.
Yeah, we've been balling without giving the proper gratitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have been thanked him.
Because
It
some
is a
people,
blessing.
you know, they can't ball.
Yeah.
I actually do love that song a lot. Like, I listen to it more often than people would think. Something about the piano in that song.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know it's a gospel piano, but I think the drums they put behind it is really good. And when they started beefing, I remember tweeting, what happened to me and Meek? Young niggas popping like our collars.
You know, I haven't heard that song in a while, but I do, now that you like bring it up, I'm like, damn, I do remember liking that song. It was a good song.
I remember thinking that Drake's verse was like crazy.
Yeah.
Good ain't good enough. And your hood ain't hood enough.
I'm gonna have to listen to that.
It's so good. Now that I think about it. Okay. Do y'all have any guesses for mine?
I don't know the name of it, but it's that song you put in the reel.
Which one?
The reel that you just made.
Lance and this bitch. I
Yes,
can tell.
yes.
No, he won't release that because it
Oh.
can't get cleared. It's been months. Lance London, can you hear me? Listen, I'm tired of you niggas. You, Trinidad James. Trinidad James had the nerve to release Biggest Hater. Remember I sent it to you, Shay? Why? I think because isn't Michael Jackson originally on that song in The Wiz? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
I think they made him sign something where he couldn't curse. So when it came out on streaming, finally, it was the clean.
Yeah.
But that's not it. That's not it. I have no nigga on this earth can treat me like a hoe, nigga. You ain't know, nigga, that these bitches call me the goat, nigga. Glizzock, I'm your majesty. I take you out like Applebee's. All these bitches after me. If they could, they would tackle me. Niggas sneak dissing about these hoes. Yeah, that shit baffle me. Everything these niggas tell these bitches, it gets back to me. And what I got from that is I think that people really think that they can find common ground with anyone that you've ever had a dispute with. They don't give a fuck if it's a cashier at a food line. They don't like you. They think they can get along and form some type of angry mob against you. But I think that when you're truly good to people, they still have love for you even after you fall out. And honestly, some people be waiting for an opportunity to come back in your life.
Yeah, because they know you're a cool person.
Exactly. They be like, yeah, man, I was at Food Line today. That bitch talked about you like a dog. And I said, not my bitch. And so I thought about that when it's like people fall out with you and forget who you are, forget how much people love you, forget how much people care about you. And it don't work. Then you go around talking shit and we hear it anyways, you know?
Yeah.
So Angry Mob Attempt failed. And that is from Glockavelli by Key Glock,
Hey.
which I'm still investigating if he has a lazy eye.
It's not that noticeable if he does.
I think I know because my auntie has one. Actually, I have a lot of lazy eyes in my family. Nobody would wear the eye patch.
I'm weak.
Did you know if you have a lazy eye, they put a patch over the good eye?
I didn't know that.
Some people don't have an eye.
That is also true.
Yeah.
We're not thanking God for the right stuff.
Exactly.
But yeah, they put the patch over the good eye so that you're you strengthen the muscle in the lazy eye.
Oh, so how long do you have to wear that for?
I don't know, and my auntie doesn't know either because she did not wear it.
I'm weak.
She be talking to you, that motherfucker take off.
Yeah.
Love her all the same.
So I wonder, like, over time, does it get, like, lazier? Because the muscles are, like, getting weak?
I'm gonna ask. Do you feel like this has gotten lazier over time?
The eye?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask.
I mean, they say it do. Your eyesight does go. Like,
Listen, they used to, it would take off and they'd start snapping and making noise.
I'm weak.
She would beat the fuck out you though. So if you know my, don't ask her about that shit. She beat the fuck out of people, man.
Yeah.
One time I put on Facebook, I'm tired of fighting. Y'all gonna have to deal with.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
At least your eyes are still
Oh.
on the prize.
I was about to say, I don't ask people about their eyes.
Their eyes at all, or just like any type of
I
physical
mean,
disformity?
yeah, really any type of physical, like, what do you call it?
Disformity
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I was actually raised to ask, like when I was little, and I'd ask my mom, like, let's say someone had one arm, and I'd whisper to her, like, what happened to that arm? She's like, you don't do that. If you want to know that bad, you go up and you say, excuse me. I was wondering what happened to your arm.
Yeah.
And so she made me do that to everybody because I had a lot of questions. And I could tell they really appreciated it. Now, when I used to go visit my dad at the jails, I had a friend, she had one arm. And I played with her the whole time. And then my mom said I would get in the car and be like, why? She's my friend. She doesn't deserve this.
Oh, wait.
But in front of them, like I held it together. And now I don't think about it as like, oh, why? But as a kid, it's like, we trying to do something, man. You ain't here. We're limited on our play. And, you know, we only got so many things in the jailhouse playroom, so.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's better to ask than to just stare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just quietly wondered to myself. But my lyric comes from, well, I'm gonna just say the lyric and I'm gonna see if y'all know what song it's from.
Ooh, I love these because I'm either really on it or terrible.
Sitting here, guess I didn't make bail. Got time and a story to tell. Started when I was 9 years old. Woke up, my daddy was gone. I started hustling and they couldn't tell me nothing. Fronting in the hood, trying to be somebody. My soul was on empty. I was searching for something.
I have not even an inkling.
I'm going to say G Herbo.
Oh, nope.
Is it locked up?
Nope. But kind of, sort of, but no. It's Coming From Where I'm From by Anthony Hamilton.
Coming from where I'm from.
Yeah.
I think I just immediately thought about a rapper.
Yeah, me too.
And the lesson I got from that is you shouldn't wait until it's too late to start reflecting on your decisions and checking in with yourself. You should frequently ask yourself probing questions like, why did I make that choice? Why did I do the things I did or the things I do? What am I trying to achieve doing this? And is this the best way to go about it?
That's such like a very Virgo thing. Like, y'all are both nodding.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I find myself in a constant state of, why did I do that?
I mean, sometimes I get there after the fact too, but it's like, it's just much better when you do it beforehand, because after I act the ass, I be like, damn, like, I feel so bad. I be feeling like, damn, like, I be so cringe. Like,
Yeah, me too.
I be having something that's like, I can, like, I'm pretty perceptive. So I'm like, you going to do this and this is going to go bad. So you should not do that at all. And then the situation presents itself and I'm like, I'm going to do this. And then I turn around and I'm like, now why did I do that? I do. And
yeah.
I don't know. I can't stop myself.
Yeah, it be like that sometimes.
Depends on what the risk is.
Don't end up in jail. Don't do nothing.
I think jail is where it's like, oh, girl, you going to go to jail. And it's like, well, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But like right up until the line of jail or like serious bodily harm.
Yeah.
Mild bodily harm, perhaps. But serious, I draw the line. Like I can't.
No.
You know, break an arm or a leg or something. I needs those.
Yeah.
Oh, next we have lyrics and lessons. No.
We just did.
Let me stay focused.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I have a fun little topic. Y'all know how I get. So I have contrarianism, anti-intellectualism, and intelligence.
Okay.
You look like, oh, brother. It's going to be fun, I promise. Okay, so for folks who don't know what contrarianism, anti-intellectualism, and we're going to end up talking about elitism are. So contrarianism is going against a popular opinion, often just to be different, not necessarily because you have a better idea. And a lot of quotes that you would hear from a contrarianist or whatever you would call them is, well, I just don't agree. Mm-hmm. Or otherwise, what niggas don't understand is X, Y, and Z. So, and the vibe of it is thinking that being the only person with a different opinion makes them the smartest person in the room. Often confused about the difference between like insight and just an opinion. Mm-hmm. Like you just disagree. Anti-intellectualism is distrusting people who are educated, read a lot, use big words, and seeing them as out of touch or thinking that they're better than everyone. So I don't need a degree to know what's right. And this can be used truthfully, but also said confidently when someone is wrong, right? Like, well, how do you know about that? And you're like, well, I have a degree in blah, blah, blah. And they're like, that's a piece of paper. And they think that expertise is like a threat, uses common sense as a weapon, but won't Google basic facts and often are aligned with a lot of conspiracy theories. Elitism, obviously, is thinking that you're better than others because of your status, education, money, or taste. It's less about what you have and more about how you act to other people and whether or not you think they're beneath you. Signature quotes, oh, you shop there? Or like, oh, you didn't go to school? Why didn't you go to school? Elitism isn't always about money. It can be intellectual or cultural. An elite thinker can still be humble. An elitist never shuts up about their superiority, right? And I have intelligence here, but just for the sake of having like a definition that we're going to talk about in this sort of conversation, the ability to understand, learn, and apply knowledge, it shows up in different forms: logic, emotional depth, creativity, street smarts. Signature quote, she guessed that to happen before it even happened. And context, smart people ask good questions. They also listen. Intelligence isn't just what you say, it's how you track the room, pick up patterns, and adapt. So contrarianism asks, what if they're wrong? Intellectualism insists they're wrong because they're educated, if you need a split between the two. So I find right now that anti-intellectualism is a huge problem. And the way I see it coming up most in like conversations, comment sections, or whatever, is someone will propose a new thought or idea, and the immediate thought is, it's not that deep. Mm-hmm. Like they don't even want to go into deep thinking. And I was wondering if y'all are seeing that too. Like on socials or whatever, like someone talks about an issue, and instead of examining the principle, it just really goes straight to, it's not that deep.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I've seen it. I feel like sometimes I can feel that way about certain things. But I think I experienced the contrarianism.
Mm-hmm.
I see that more
often.
Yeah.
So just disagreeing for the sake of disagreeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the devil's advocates. Have you seen this? Because you teach.
Which one?
Both.
Yeah, somewhat. I'm trying to think more in like a social media aspect. Because like when I'm on social media, I go in the comments to see like what people are thinking, what they're saying. So
I think that a lot of it is like, oh, brother, like the second you try to examine how something impacts like a larger societal structure. And so I set that context to ask y'all, do you find these people to be intelligent? People who practice contrarianism, people who practice anti-intellectualism.
I feel like a lot of times no, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell like who's, I guess, educated and who's not.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you are educated doesn't make you like intellectual.
Yeah.
Or like it doesn't make you on the right side of things all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think social media is very tricky in showing you things that you don't agree with to get you to engage or get you to like, you know, talk about your disdain or the way you don't agree about certain things. Because if you coming across something that you like, you're more likely to not interact. You know, you just like it, you might share it and you might keep it moving. But if you don't like something, you might go in them comments like, I ain't feeling this. Like,
this is incorrect because.
Yeah.
And do you feel like, so there are certain opinions that I see that I immediately associate with, and I probably shouldn't, this person is dumb.
Yeah.
Like
the Tory Lanez shit. When I see people like, oh, he's innocent, I'd be like, yeah, you're stupid.
I don't want to say they're dumb. I just think that sometimes people like aren't exposed to those type of situations, so they don't have knowledge on it, and they're speaking before they have knowledge on it.
Wouldn't that be dumb?
But why don't you? Why don't you have knowledge on it?
But them like, they might not be like a dumb person. They're just ignorant to the facts. but they're not a dumb person. But
But
they're
I
making
feel-
a dumb decision.
Ignorant to the facts.
But that's what I was about to say. Like, I feel like if you are presented with facts and you still choose to be like, nope, I still think he's innocent. I still think he didn't do it. Yeah, I feel like, okay, well, I'm talking to somebody who's just not intelligent, who's not smart.
But then you have those people that are like, well, we don't know the facts because we weren't there. I feel like they kind of like come back to that too.
That might be contrarianism, like just disagreeing to disagree.
Right.
I think no matter what some people say, somebody else just has to like disagree with the room.
Yeah.
And we see it a lot of times in people like, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Why? The devil don't need advocating for, right? And sometimes to me, I be thinking like, this is the only way your synapses fire, huh? Like this is the only way those two marbles get to rolling around in there, is if you argue with everyone.
Right.
I think some people just don't want to be wrong, or even like just say you felt like that in the beginning. You just don't want to, for whatever reason, you have too much pride or ego to be like, yeah, I was wrong about that, like, and change your mind, which some people did,
Yeah. But even outside of Tory Lanez, like, remember when everybody was like, the earth is flat? Mm-hmm. What was the purpose of challenging a well-known fact?
That actually just happened recently with somebody who I thought was smart, Wiz Khalifa. And when he said that, I was like, bro, I literally looked at him completely different after he said that. Because I understand, like, challenging beliefs or things that we've been told, because we as people have been lied to about a lot. But I just feel like that's just not smart.
But to me, that's where we border anti-intellectualism. Like, you're just challenging just fucking well-known fact.
Yeah.
Right.
Why?
Yeah.
Like,
Is it because
the desire to distrust science.
Right. Do you think you're smarter than the people who have proven this? Like,
but that goes back to what you
I
said.
don't know.
Like, people, I don't know, that's my whole train of thought.
It happens. But
like, I think people do that to get attention, because they know that people are going to go in the comments and like say like, why are you doing this? Like, it just draws more attention to them, which is more money.
Well, I have noticed it on social media. That's where I notice it the most, because that's where a lot of my interaction is day to day. But I also know people like this, like, just for the hell of it, challenging well-known fact.
Yeah.
For what? And I did see a TikTok that basically said it's up to us, the people who just accept the fact as fact, like, to not debate the facts, not go back and forth. Like, no, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta let people have it. Like, okay. Because I do feel like some people's brains are just wired differently, and it's like we'll never understand like what's going on in somebody else's brain like all the time, because who knows, what kind of learning they had, or what kind of experiences they had in their life that make them think the way they do. So sometimes when I find myself like calling people dumb, I just be like, okay, well,
let's
I try to not call people dumb, but like sometimes I do feel that way. But then I'm like, well, maybe it's just their brain is just different, and I don't know.
I do think that some people are dumb. I don't think it's their fault, but I do think that some people, it's like, the fuck you got going on up there?
Yeah.
The elevator just don't go all the way to the top.
Smooth breeze on a cool summer day, like tumbleweed, nothing, 2 marbles. But I don't think that these questions, like the habit of debating fact, is not like, is water wet, right? This is like, is water H2O? Because that's been a recent debate.
Oh, wait.
And I've said it on the pod before, some people can't be smart, so they're controversial. But like, I'm getting fed up with it. I'm getting fed up with every time I get online. They mix the classrooms on social media. Like,
And that's something I've always revert back to too. Like, when I think about like all these opinions that we come across online, and how I think some people's opinions are dumb, and they don't understand certain things. I'm like, is because we did not learn in the same ways. Like, I was in different classes, and I'm not saying I'm smarter than, like, the next person, but I just do know that we had different educational experiences. Like, I personally don't think, like, oh, like, when they tell you, like, when you're a kid and they tell you, like, oh, you're gifted, like, I think it's just because you actually use your brain, but I don't think that's necessarily like a gifted thing, but it's just maybe some kids just don't have something. Like, I don't know what the science is behind it, but it's a reason why we were separated. And when you become an adult and you are interacting, even kids have social media now, but like, it's just no separation. And it's like, that's why it's a lot of pointless debates,
And I think that, like, just so we're clear that we're not being elitist, right? Like, I think that street smarts is like one of the highest forms of intelligence. You have to really, like, predict the future and act on that based on right now, which I just said I'm not fucking good at, right? I worked with somebody, and we work in public housing, and this person wanted to deliver food to an old lady, right? Good intentions. Left the keys in the car running. Come back to the street. Guess what?
The car's gone.
The car is gone. Now, do I think that the people who stole your car are dumb? No. Do I think you're dumb? Very much so. Because why the fuck would you do that? And they're like, but they seen me delivering food to the old lady.
They don't care about that.
They don't give a fuck if you're the Pope. Get the fuck, like.
Yeah. I do think street smarts and book smarts are two different things. But sometimes you need both, And in a situation like that, your book smart should have helped you realize, like, anybody,
you got a master's degree.
Your car can get stolen anywhere. For one, your car can get stolen at the fucking grocery store, but you might want to be more aware out the hood. More aware of where you are at. I don't know. I just feel like I got a little bit of both, so I'm thankful for that. And I feel like it's gotten me good, like, far enough.
So then my question becomes, because the classrooms are mixed, there's really nothing we can do about it in social media. Is it elitist to refuse to be friends with dumb people?
Yes, that's elitist.
You think so?
I think, yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, go ahead and give your opinion.
Because if I'm hanging out with you and you're dumb, I can barely do the thinking for myself. So now I have to do the thinking for two people?
Give an example of where you would be doing the thinking for two people.
Like,
even just out to eat. I can see what you mean. Like, you don't necessarily want to be out with somebody who's not smart, because anything could happen, and they might not know how to act in a certain situation.
Yeah.
Like,
I need a better example. Because am I dumb?
I don't know. I can't understand where you come from, because
people comment on my stuff, not a thought between those eyes, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm the smart friend and the dumb friend. I don't know, because I'd be like, what?
Oh,
I mean, if we're somewhere and, like, people start shooting, like, I automatically know to start running. So if you're just standing there.
What?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So if you just start, like, looking around, like, oh, who is that shooting? Now I have to, like, pull you.
Someone standing still in a shootout.
But what if they're street smart and not book smart? You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like.
But that's what I'm saying. I think street smart is smart.
But I don't always think that, because I feel like a lot of people who are street smart, like, I feel like they have the potential to be, like, generally smart, but, like, they don't really use that potential. Like, they don't.
So do you think that book smart is generally smart?
Yes. For the most part.
See, and I feel like there's different intelligences.
I definitely feel like it's levels to both, you know, but like I feel like you wouldn't want to be in certain places with certain people, and it can go either way, you know. Like if you street smart and like you know, like you hanging out with somebody who's like really like book smart and they got all these degrees or whatever, like you might not want to go to like a party in the hood with them because they might stick out and they might say something to the wrong person, like say the wrong things to the wrong person, like that situation. But then if you go,
but that person would be dumb.
But they may not just be like
you got all these
socially
degrees
aware.
and you dumb.
But they're not socially aware because they've never been in that type of situation.
Okay, so why doesn't it work in the reverse?
I feel like it does work in the reverse, or like, well, in the reverse it doesn't work because like, well, I don't really know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is like you could on the opposite end of the example I just gave, right? You could maybe go to like a upscale place, maybe a dinner, like
yeah,
it's gonna be a lot of like intellectuals there, right?
mm-hmm.
You bring that person who's street smart into that situation, they might not know like you can't dress a certain way, or you shouldn't dress a certain way, or you shouldn't say a certain thing, or like you come in there saying nigga this, nigga that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but they're just not socially aware.
I think it goes both ways.
Yeah.
You just have to be exposed to that situation to know what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, I think exposure is a big key here on both sides.
So your friend who's standing still in the shootout, they've never been to a shootout before. They're dumb?
No, they're not necessarily dumb.
I think they're fucking stupid.
I mean, I'm not going to... I just feel like what they are doing is dumb. Like, common sense would tell you, I need to either get down or start running, not look around and see who it is.
Yeah. And I agree. But I've also had to tell friends, don't come no motherfucker with me no more. You're going to act like this. What's going on? Where are my friends? I can't, like, for example, big shot, we have a friend who thought they were getting closer. Well, we had a friend who thought they were getting closer to the stage because the crowd opened up. And guess why the crowd opened up? It was a fucking mosh pit. Yeah. And they beat her ass down to the ground. Now me, I would think Travis Scott, rodeo, crowd open up, people start push, mosh pit. But some people think this is my chance to get closer to Travis Scott. And that is dumb to me.
I'm laughing so hard because I went to go see Playboy Cardi a couple years ago.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
And I'm like looking from like, I'm like looking from like the floor, like I'm up and they're on the floor. And I just see them like opening up. I'm like, what are they doing? It was a mosh pit.
Yeah.
I wasn't down there, luckily.
But you would have been standing there in the middle.
No, I was with my sister. So
like the person in the shootout.
She would have saved me.
What y'all
Right.
backing up
And
for?
see, that's another aspect. Like it just if you're with somebody who's it's just I don't think it's a smart or dumb thing because I had never witnessed a mosh pit before that moment either. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I was like, okay, well, I see people not going, you know, like
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I think you have the situational awareness to be like,
Right.
this is unusual.
Yeah.
What y'all backing up for?
Right.
Do I need to back up as well?
Right.
Not, ooh, Travis Scott. What a blessing it is to be me that everybody just got the fuck out the way. Allow me to go stand in the middle. Even though I've been upset all day because I haven't had any personal space. All of the sudden,
I have all this personal space.
I'm Moses.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to think. People just don't be thinking.
And that's why, and then we lead back to our original question, which is it elitist to not be someone's friend because they're dumb? Because that dumb shit could get you in a predicament. We ended up in a predicament because that girl got her ass whooped in that mosh pit.
Yeah, because now you got to go save your friend.
Wait, what?
Who got to do that? No, we just realized we can never go nowhere with this person ever again. Nowhere like that.
But then it becomes like, well, why didn't y'all come get me? Or why didn't y'all tell me?
You know what? And if we never got caught, we would have never known a thing. Because now we are two people who are situationally aware. We're looking around, checking. We turn around, you gone.
She didn't say anything?
No. We just,
And the other part is fuck us, huh? You thought you was going to see Travis Scott. Fuck your friends.
Well, I really wouldn't feel bad for her then.
We didn't.
We didn't.
Oh, okay.
We did not feel bad. We were actually annoyed.
We got caught trying to escape.
By her?
No, because we was like, well, damn, like, I guess she left. She gone. We don't know what happened to her. So we was like, okay, well, maybe we should go. I don't know if we got food or we ended up leaving out the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We like, which way should we go? Should we go to the left or should we go straight back? And we decided to go to the left. We go to the left. We get to the end, where we can actually breathe or whatever. And we see her.
There's my friend. There's my friend.
Like,
Bitch, you locked up with security.
wig all shifted and shit.
I was pissed.
We was like, damn, mind you, we had already been annoyed because all day she had been complaining.
Antagonizing the crowd.
And yeah, like antagonizing people. Like, we all in the crowd. None of us can really move nowhere.
Yeah.
She talking shit to people. And we might have to fight somebody because she talking shit to everybody. And it's like, we all literally in the same predicament.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that shit was just...
And we, being situationally aware, when we look and you gone, we didn't say, free at last. But we were both like, perhaps a bite to eat. And if we had been just a tad bit smarter and went straight back, we would have never known a thing.
Yeah.
Dumb people can fuck your day up, your week up, your life up. I still think it's elitist, but I never claimed not to be elitist.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said I was before on the show.
Wait,
so.
what's the definition of elitist? Let's go back. I may be elitist too. Just a tad.
Yeah, probably.
Elitism,
If you're a
thinking you're better
Virgo.
than others. Thinking you're better than others because of your status, education, money, or taste. It's less about what you have and more about how you act like other people are beneath you.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm elitist in my heart of hearts, but some shit I'm like, this is beneath me.
Yeah, same. Like, I don't think I'm better than anybody because of like possessions or materials, but as far as like mindset
Yeah.
and like the way I think, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And also age though too.
No. She was older than me and younger than Big Shot.
Yeah.
And then wanted her shoe back.
Yeah, the shoe's gone.
And we tried to tell her.
He tried to go to Lost and Found.
Your shoe is getting its ass whooped in front of Travis Scott.
It wasn't like no like Jordan or like sneaker. It was a fucking flip flop.
But let's really mind you, it just happened. You think someone said, "Oh, so glad we whooped her ass." Anyways, here go a shoe. I'm gonna leave Travis Scott and bring this to the Lost and Found.
But going back to just like your senses, why would you wear a flip flop to a Travis Scott concert?
I think it was a little sneaker. It was just flimsy.
It might have been a sneaker, but
Oh, okay.
it was something flimsy. It was something like, girl, like,
Oh, okay.
be for real.
And we kept saying that shoe is not in the Lost and Found. That shoe is in the mosh pit. And then she went up to Lost and Found, and they were like, "Your shoe is not here yet. Your shoe is in the mosh pit."
Yeah.
I would have like go back in there and get it.
To who?
To her.
I don't even think I realized she was shoeless at first.
Girl, we were so ready to go. We were just over the shit, for real.
Like, I feel like when we heard, there's my friends, we both went.
Yeah. The next day, she did not go with us.
No. Not at all. And never again. But maybe you might be right. Maybe you need to experience it. The next time Travis Scott on that motherfucking stage and that crowd opened up, I bet you back the hell up.
Right.
And if I don't think she ever connected the antagonizing people part to the getting her ass whooped part. But some people's synapses don't fire.
Yeah.
To this day. To this day. So I did have a lid to put on that, which is what is the connection between anti-intellectualism and like intelligence and contrarianism to intelligence. So contrarianism with intelligence can indicate low intellect if it's one, shallow rebellion. If someone opposes mainstream ideas, not out of insight, but out of reflex, that can signal a lack of critical reasoning. It's, I disagree because I want to seem smart rather than I disagree because I've thought about this deeply. 2, poor argumentation. Low intellect contrarians often rely on straw man arguments, misuse of buzzwords, and anecdotal evidence. This happened to my homegirl. Or like Nicki Minaj. What she say happened to her cousin in Trinidad when they took the vaccine or something? And people were like, that did not happen.
Something about his balls.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oversimplified logic. These tools reflect more emotional posturing than analytical thought. Ego over inquiry. When someone's contrarianism is about feeling superior rather than understanding better, it often masks insecurity or limited intellectual development, but not all contrarians are unintelligent. Critical thinkers can be considered contrarian. Some of the most intelligent people challenge dominant views because they've done the work to interrogate them. They offer nuance, alternatives, and evidence, not just opposition. Contrarianism can be strategic. In activism, academia, and innovation, pushing against a consensus is often how new paradigms emerge. These contrarians are deliberate, not defensive. And insecurity masquerading as individualism, low intellect contrarians may feel out of their depth in discussions and use oppositional stances as a defense mechanism to avoid vulnerability. It's easier to reject something outright than admit that you don't understand it.
Yeah.
So then there's anti-intellectualism and intelligence. So these two overlap when insecurity or shame around learning pops up. So some people with lower intellectual confidence reject intellectualism because they feel excluded by it. Instead of saying, I don't understand that, they say it's dumb anyways. It becomes easier to mock what you can't access than admit that you don't know it. 2, limited critical thinking, limited discernment. Anti-intellectual people often confuse confidence with competence, trusting loud, wrong voices over quiet, informed ones. Without critical thinking, it's hard to separate a well-argued idea from a well-developed rant. And 3, emotional reasoning replaces evidence. People with lower cognitive complexity may rely on gut feelings, tradition, or personal anecdotes instead of facts or data. Intellectual framework can feel threatening or cold, so they're rejected for being unfamiliar, not necessarily untrue. But again, a caveat there is that not all anti-intellectuals are unintelligent. Some are disillusioned by academic elitism, traumatized by schooling, shaped by anti-Black, anti-poor education systems, or highly intuitive or skilled in other forms of intelligence. So the root is often not dumbness, but alienation from access to education. But when left unchecked, that alienation can lead to proud ignorance and weaponized misinformation. So in summary, anti-intellectualism is often a symptom of low intellectual confidence. It thrives where people feel excluded, overwhelmed, or ashamed by systems that reward a narrow kind of knowledge. The danger is when that shame turns into defensive arrogance instead of curiosity and growth. So, they're not all dumb, but they might be.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of reasons for that.
I agree with all that.
So, I don't know. As with most of our topics,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, case by case basis, I guess the type of dumb you are, because I can be dumb sometimes.
Yeah. I'm sure we've all had moments.
I remember I was about to graduate high school, and I called my mom, and I'm like, I'm just so upset. And she was like, why? And I was like, I lost my debit card. And she was like, okay. And I was like, yeah. So, like, I don't have any money till they send me a new one. And she was like, go in the bank. And I was like, go in the bank for what? I don't have my debit card. And she was like, show them your ID and say, I'm who I say I am. Can I please have my money?
Yeah.
Just didn't occur to me to go in the bank.
I don't think that's dumb.
Yeah,
though.
I was just gonna say you don't know what you don't know, but it's when you're being presented with a fact or a solution or whatever, and you're just like, well, nope, I'm just, you keep refuting it, and it's just like, okay, well, then you might be dumb, but I feel like if you can learn, then you're not really dumb. If you're refusing to learn, then yes, you're probably dumb.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty fucking dumb.
But also in that situation, you were probably like so stressed out and overwhelmed, you didn't even think about that.
No, not at all. I was just like, well, I have no money. I was in high school, so I'm like, no money. Wonder what my dad cooked for dinner. Well, that's let me stay focused. I hope it was intriguing.
That was good. Good topic. Next we have advice from the internet, or we take a no context quote. But this is, I guess, I don't know if it's context or not, but I'm just gonna play the clip.
Roll the clip.
So I'm not saying that you got to live, breathe, die, fight the power, but you do have to have some things ingrained in the way that you move about your day, period, to understand that the work never stops. So we just got to find that balance.
And for you, I want somebody who knows that women can have babies.
Oh, okay.
Only women can have babies. I just want to let you know that.
Interesting.
That fucking
There are other
just
people who
hilarious.
can have babies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if they have a uterus, they can have babies. But they just might
Right.
not identify as woman.
Okay.
Those are two different things. Like, you can be biologically female, but you can't be biologically woman. Woman is a gender construct, a
Okay.
social construct. So if you
Okay.
got a uterus, yeah, you can have a baby.
Yes, that's the point. If you have a uterus, you can have a baby.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we agree on that.
And I feel like this goes perfectly with the topic, because sometimes you just gotta let people have it. Like you can definitely educate them, but you just kind of gotta be like, yeah, okay, well, we can agree on that, but kind of just make it so you're not necessarily like belittling them, but you making it clear to them, like, yeah, what you said was wrong, but there's a way that we can kind of both, end this on a good note. Like, you don't gotta necessarily like cuss somebody out because they got a fucked up view about something. And I feel like Lene, I think that's how you say her name, the girl that does the parking lot news.
I know who you're talking. It's Friday, so I'm gonna keep it black, but I'm gonna keep it brief.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know who she is, but I didn't know that was her name.
Yeah, that's who she was on the Breakfast Club.
Oh, that's good.
And I just like how she let Jess down gently, but kind of show her like, girl, I'm not finna do this with you.
Right.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. I like when Jess Hilarious gets told about herself.
I think she was drunk or something. Like,
She's not sharp to me.
she's not. Yeah, I was like, I don't think so either.
She's someone who I think talks a lot, but I believe is dumb. So,
Yeah, I agree.
whatevs. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
It's been a hoot. Tell the people where to find you.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at LLYYN_.
Anything you want to tell the people?
No, I enjoyed my time. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
This has been another episode of Let Me Stay Focused, in the first episode of summer school of this season. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Bye. Another episode of Let Me Stay Focused. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break.
Peace.
Bye.